This is an apology to my children. I'm sure they'll see this when they're adults. I gotta get this off my chest. I just got closure on the whole divorce. I know inadvertently my actions caused everything to happen, and I guess you can't take back lives that were ruined. Um, in my defense, I have a pretty big gash right here from when I was 2 years old that caused problems with me understanding my own emotions. And for my whole life, I wasn't able to explain anything about my brain. Like, I couldn't tell you anything. It was just, I tried talking about things, and since I didn't know I had to talk about my brain and what's wrong with me and why I am the way I am, why I talk the way I am, all that stuff, then it came out crazy because I didn't even really know what was going on. Um, Going to college for, well, I'm in college for spiritual psychology. So taking some psychology classes helped me understand how my brain works. So I'm not that person anymore, but over the years, it's gotten easier to explain myself, and it's not sounded so crazy. Um, what started the analogies was, I don't know, some guy named Adam. I was in a meeting. This was, I don't know, 2012 maybe, or 2010, 2010 maybe. I don't know when it was. But he said, take the cotton out of your ears and stick it in your mouth. When I heard this, I, well, the first time I heard it, I didn't really, I didn't think nothing of it. It was kind of off distance. But then the second time I heard it, he directly told me. So, and then I started thinking, like the next time I yawned or something, like I don't know if you could like actually stick some cotton in your ears and then yawn. It seemed like my yawn was. It seemed like my yawn. Well, my yawn does feel like cotton every time I do it. Like I mean, it does to me at least. Or it looks. It feels white, or yeah, I thought it was white, or I don't know. So I started walking around saying your yawn's white. And like when he said that to me, it opened up a whole new world of analogies and spiritual sayings and stuff. But I still didn't understand what the fuck was going on. Or, fucking, I don't know, man. Like, it's just weird. Like, fucking shit. Like, I didn't even think like that before. Like, I may have been kind of talking crazy, but I don't ever remember feeling like my yawn was white. Like, if I would have felt that way, I would have been trying to explain shit about how I felt, but I wasn't. I was, before that incident, I was talking about what I heard on the radio. We all know that most people in rap music don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they use analogies a lot in rap, and I don't know. But, I mean, I still have these things that are permanently wrong with my brain. Um, like, on my Facebook profile picture, I think that'll be the one that'll stay there for quite a while. It says you can't see your ears and eyes unless you look in the mirror. And then it says, when diamonds, when time sees us realize diamonds ring across the sky. And then it says, thanks a lot. Now I'm stuck wearing a mustard hat all the time. And when I'm awake, or when my eyes are open, I honestly feel like I'm wearing a mustard spiritual hat on my head. And at times, it gets really, really bright and really blinding. And I don't know what that is. I don't know. Maybe am I the only one? I don't know. I've been trying to ask around. I haven't really got any responses. Whether anybody else feels like that, I don't know if it has to do with my big my brain damage there. Um, I have to go to the neurologist to try to. I want to see what my brain looks like in that area to see how it does or doesn't function. Um, like my brother told me feet smell like mustard once. I like that one was pretty important too. I came up with the mirror thing. Well, I came up with you can't see your ears unless you look in the mirror. My daughter was one that taught me you can't see your eyes either. My son told me red is white. I don't know. I mean, that seems to be a left eye dominant thing to me. Like if I close my right eye, I feel like red is white, and that's all I see is red is white. Kind of like I'm surrounded by my heart, but my eyeball's white. That would be what red is white means to me. I don't know what that it means to him. Like I've had other people tell me, like I had a friend of mine tell me, "How do you spell chocolate?" Um, when I have my left eye closed, I feel like my right eyeball is made of chocolate, so to say, or maybe no. I don't know why if I were to okay, how do I spell chocolate? I think he meant since I actually closed my eyes and reached enlightenment, um, that I kind of woke up my dream state, uh, which is like Buddhism, practice Buddhism. I did that for I don't know how many years. So like if you fall asleep but you wake up still asleep while you're conscious, then you're probably and your eyes are still closed. Then chocolate's kind of brown and black, kind of like when you close your eyes, it looks like chocolate, kind of. So that's what he said to me like that. Now, why these people didn't explain this to me like that, I don't know. I think people say shit like that just to fuck with you, and sometimes I do that too to fuck with people. But I was doing it too much. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, how can I talk like this? Like, I know it's got to do something to people. Like, if I said my heart feels wet because blood is wet, then, like, blood is wet. Um, so my heart should feel wet. Um, which would kind of teach you how to love yourself. Like, it's your heart, love yourself, love who you are. Don't run away from your heart, follow your heart, or be with your heart, type of thing. Um, like, shit like that. Like, oh, I guess I used to say, like, you can swallow, then blow air out your nose. Um, that's a true statement, by the way, but I don't know. I mean, these things got to help some people. They got to do something. I mean, I know every time I said something, learned something like that, it did something to me, like spiritually. And I'm assuming some people go on their spirituality like this and run across this stuff and just don't talk about it. But this is all I have. Like, I have nothing left to offer the planet. Like, I'm a failure as a husband and a dad. The only thing I have are my analogies. It's the only thing that makes me me because I have nothing or no one else. Plus, if I, since I'm now able to say weird things and explain myself, I can prove I'm not really crazy like everybody thought I was my whole life. Like, I'm not crazy. I have a hard time understanding my own emotions. Um, I haven't figured out exactly what that looks like as a picture in my as from a neurologist, but I'm going to find out. Like I've had a pretty traumatizing life. Like your mom probably didn't have a bad life till she met me. But me having a bad life has been there always, like always. I had a bad life at age 2, at age 3, at age 4. I mean, from birth, I've had a bad life. I've had bad things happen to me. I don't know what happiness looks like. I don't know what happiness is. I couldn't explain it to you. I mean, I wasn't happy when I was with your mom because I didn't know what was going on in my head. Like, no one explained it to me. They just wanted to feed me pills. Here, this will fix your problems. And it's like, this pill's not working. Like, I told him. From 18 to 21, I told this doctor that the pills aren't doing anything. Finally, I turned 21 and I realized alcohol stopped the problem. And that's what I wanted. I wanted the problem to be solved, like fix my thoughts, but they wouldn't do it. So, turned into an alcoholic. Didn't mean to. I didn't know what to do. Like, why aren't these doctors helping me? why did why am I learning how to help myself at age 34 because of going to school to be a spiritual psychologist? Which it started off as psychology, and then it was analytical psychology. I don't even know. Like, I wanted to be a neurologist, it's analytical psychologist, a regular psychologist, a counselor, and not spiritual psychology is probably the best thing I'm good at when it comes to psychology, but I probably won't get that far. I mean, I got a criminal background. I got tattoos all over my body. Um, Apparently, I think I carry myself differently because of my brain damage. Because I just feel like there's a vortex of non-functioning brain right here. Like, I don't know. So I mean, I probably carry myself differently. I know I make facial expressions a lot. I've heard that from different people. So I don't talk like other people. I don't think like other people. I don't behave like other people. Apparently, I don't even walk like other people. I've heard that one. I don't know. I mean, I can't take back what happened, but who's gonna take back not helping me? Like, it wasn't your mother that needed to help me. Like, she wasn't a doctor. Like, what are these doctors gonna do if, like, they hear about me not being as crazy as they claimed I was? Like, how do you take back 20 some years of my life? Like, you guys kept feeding me pills I didn't need, and I'm just supposed to accept the fact that you ruined my life because you didn't find out the truth? Like, that's a bunch of shit. That these doctors are allowed to do that stuff, and I guarantee you, I'm probably not the only one that's going through this. There are probably people that never find out the truth. They're just like, something's wrong. Like, I've always known something was wrong, but I couldn't talk about it. I couldn't explain what was wrong because the doctors wouldn't tell me. They didn't know. They didn't even try to know. They were like, oh, he's saying weird things. He's schizophrenic. Let's give him drugs. Apparently they didn't work because I'm not on the drugs. I'm thinking clear. I'm still sleeping. I'm sleeping now because I fucking slept all day because I was pissed. Who gives me back my missed time? Nobody. You can't give me back decades of my life. Started at age 2, cracking my skull open. They probably should have done a CAT scan. I don't know, maybe they did. I doubt it. I had a dream that I was stuck inside of, or the left side of my body was stuck inside of a wall that was just my heart. And that dream kind of came out here because I kind of feel the same way. And I don't know, I think that just has something to do between left hemisphere and right hemisphere of brain dominance. But then again, maybe it was just a dream. Like, I know my heart is on the left side of my body. Like, it's a little bit to the left of the center of my chest. But I don't know. Out of all the weird things I've said, I can't think of. Oh, sound is black. Like, you can feel vibrations from sound. Like, I can see that sound is black. I think that's about all the analogies that. And I took a class about sound when I was in school. Like, they told me sound is black. So I was in school, but it was a summer class thing. Like, I think I ran out of things I want to say that are weird. Like, I can't think of anything that's important to me to say. Yeah, that's about it. Like, I could care less anymore. Like, a 17-minute video, and I don't think I said more than 10 weird things. That's all I was trying to do was find the most important spiritual weird things that people needed to know, according to my opinion, and find out what's wrong with my brain. Words can't express how sorry I am that I didn't know what was wrong with my brain before you were born.